Hi Virgo, I hope you're doing well. This is Naveen Ferguson. You've reached the channel. Welcome. Okay, so we'll be doing a reading for you for March the 15th to the 25th, Virgo. Okay, and we'll be doing a Celtic cross, but with a couple little tweaks. Virgo, I invite you to please like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to become a Patreon member as well, which is patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. Virgo, I am in a region whereby YouTube is not monetized, so the best way to support the channel is by becoming a Patreon member. And also, Virgo, please be reminded that I am offering personal readings as well at this time, and the information for that is also in the description box below. Okay, so I hope all that's in frame. So Virgo, let's see what's happening with you. Angel Spirits Guides, please cooperate with me so that we can give Virgo the best reading that is intended for them at this time, for the 15th of March to the 25th of March 2023. So Virgo, let's see where you're coming from. What energies are you currently going through or concluding? Okay, this is like more of your past representation. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so Virgo, it seems like you're recently finishing up or concluding or in the midst of concluding your point of view or your decision to move forward with an agenda, as it was coming through with the Seven of Wands. I sense you have been in deep talks and deep discussions. Some of you business-wise, contractual-wise, some of you family-wise, and some of you close friends. And of course, a combination of many things. It could be all of that. You know, family can be business partners as well. Yeah, but whatever it is, you have set your piece on an understanding. I sense there's a certain, there may be a certain higher amount that may be slightly at odds with you. Not entirely against you, but they still have certain reservations, whereby you may have a couple who are totally on your side, on your agenda. They're gung-ho, they're ready to move forward. So Virgo, it seems that a plan of action that you are to the forefront about, you may not necessarily be the orchestrator of the plan. However, you may be one of the main entities involved with enacting the plan or carrying it out, implementing a certain policy of sorts to move forward with the agenda. Okay, so that seems to be what's happening with you at this time, or at least what you're moving through, what you're concluding. Let's see what your foundation is, Virgo. Yeah, look at that. The foundation is literally moving forward with the plan. The next step of things, I sense some of you have already started implementing this, but the Page of Wands, this is someone who coming in with a new plan of action, moving forward with an agenda. As we just saw, you finished the talks, the debate regarding the new agenda, and you're moving forward with it now. This is the energy that you'll be standing on, basically, the foundations of new beginnings, new happenings. I sense for some of you, you will also be continuing a certain level of talks, as it were, with certain entities in private. So that being said, whoever was involved here initially, there are some people who you will be speaking to in private, is what I'm sensing. And also, you may also be getting certain people offering more towards your agenda, perhaps even asking if you need further assistance or further resources. But ultimately, I do see you moving forward with whatever agenda this is. It's a brand new beginning, a brand new structure that's being implemented. And now you're moving on, testing it as time goes on. Spirit said, take a card on that. Yeah, look at that. The Five of Swords. So Virgo, you have basically full confidence in this decision. You have full confidence in the direction that you're going. Apparently, you've done this before, at least in some form or fashion, or you have made a a strategy whereby all basically by every facet of the imagination should work. The process should work. You're using a level of your intuition, but also a lot of your experience that goes with your, how would I put this? That goes with your credentials, as it were. That goes with your proof of concept. Okay, but you're being flexible in certain respects where the adjustments may need it. It seems like some of you may be semi retrofitting a concept or a process into an old format just to make it more modern. Some of you are implementing this new format into a brand new schema. Okay, but whatever it is a bit of a new terrain that you're traversing at this time. That's your foundation. But clearly you have a victorious energy with it. Clearly you have a confidence in it, and that's going to lead you to a more support, is what I'm hearing, with the other people involved. I think that's a wonderful thing, Virgo. Keep going with that confidence. So let's see what you're presently in overall, per se. What type of energy, what's circling you, per se, for you yourself, that is. Not necessarily the social spectrum, but you personally. What energies are you presently in? Look at that. The 10 of Cups. So what you want is a functioning, happy system. And that may be for a new system of going forward in your household, your living arrangements. It may be in business. It may be with a company of sorts. It may be on a project when it comes to like a team of sorts, or any facets or combinations there in between. But you're moving forward in a very harmonious way. You're not creating any riling up, as it were. Okay, you're going forward with a level of confidence and very assured peace. You're very calm in your actions. You're very calm in what you say. And with that energy, you're elevating other people around you as well, whether it's in the household, whether it's at business, whatever the case may be. You are inadvertently drawing people towards your cause, drawing people towards the point of action, the dwelling place, as it were. You're creating a harmonious, cooperative environment. So that is what's going around you right now, Virgo. That is the energy that you're putting forth. And no wonder, because you do have a very strong sense of confidence in this role, in this new direction. Clearly, you've debated over it. You've spoken. You've sought wise counsel. People have had their word in the understanding. It has been labored over, and you're confident in the decision moving forward. So that's why you're confident in the machinations that will take place in the dwelling, in the process of work, whatever the case may be for you. That's the energy that you're moving in, and that you're currently moving through, or in, or walking in, as it were, what you're exuding personally, per se. So let's see, Virgo, what is the concern? What should you be aware of to help you on your path, for your best good? What is something that you could be missing? Okay, this is what this card sideways indicates. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. What came out screaming to me just now was that, yes, Virgo, the process is going along. And at some point, you may want to move forward more swiftly than initially placed in the agenda, as it were. There's like a timeline towards next phases of things, okay, whereby things were going so productively and so good, it's almost looking like you could possibly save on the calendar and move forward with certain things a bit ahead of schedule, okay? But the Knight of Swords is coming this way. It's a swift moving action, and what's coming across is that you need to do your best just to allow the current schedule to take its course, okay? There could be, what I'm sensing, there could be certain people with last minute iotas that you need to consider. There could be certain small, minuscule, almost understandings that could be a bit more grand as time goes on. But if you get it now with certain small dynamics, it won't be a problem in the future. You need to take a more keen eye set, as I'm seeing with the Falcon up here, I believe. Okay, if you could see that, you need a more keen eye set, or stance, viewing of the process. Allow the process to take its course so that you can be sure. Do not rush. Do not go ahead of the already determined schedule at this time, at least in this situation, is what's coming across, okay? I am not sensing anything untoward or haphazard. It's just small things per se, as well as possible last minute things from other people, whereby it will flow better if you stick to the schedule so that you could possibly fit in last minute things, okay? So, Virgo, let's see what your conscious is saying right now about the whole situation, what's happening between the 15th and the 25th with you. Now, this is your conscious, Virgo, your inner consciousness. Okay, this is what everyone does not see. This is what you hide from everyone, but you are aware of yourself in this regard, whatever the case may be. I see. Look at that. The Hierophant. So, what people don't see is that even though you're coming across as very calm and succinct, everything is flowing, everything is moving perfectly, what they don't see is your critical nature about yourself. You have been checking and rechecking the rechecking. You have been reading over and reading over. You've been looking over more forms. You've been looking over the process and see if there's anything that could perhaps be improved upon. People are not necessarily seeing the meticulous nature that you put forth into the efforts that are being done here. What they see is more of the easement, the flow of things, but they don't know that you're behind the scenes very critically making sure that gears and cogs and all that kind of stuff is working as it should, that the plan of action is being followed, that any oversights are covered, and you don't necessarily pull fanfare to those oversights either. You take care of those oversights in order to save face, not just for yourself in some cases, but for other people who are involved. To you, the main agenda is the system, is the process, is the product, is the project, whatever the case may be for you. That is the only concern. Okay? That is the only concern for you. And you're doing everything that you can in a like almost taking on the full ramifications of the responsibility onto your shoulders. Whether you're the employee or the employer, it really doesn't matter. Whatever role that you're playing, you're taking it on as part of yourself, as an identity in who you are. Your worth as a person, your worth in the company, your worth connected with the family or the friends or whatever the case may be. You are very feverishly diligent in the tasks at hand, going above and beyond, actually. Okay, and also I'm also sensing you're further learning as you're going on, Virgo. You're taking in other things to help educate you to make things even better. These are things that are inside you that other people don't see. But they do see a calm demeanor. You put across a calm demeanor. You don't put like certain frantic energies out there. So let's see what your Spirit is saying. Wait a second before I go to this card. Spirit is saying take a card about your consciousness. Yeah, look at that. The 10 of Pentacles. You are so fervently meticulous because you realize the long-reaching ramifications of this project. You realize the generational aspects of it. This is not some simple thing. This is for extreme investment into one's resources, into one's advantageous connections, into one's branding, branding as the name of the situation, into one's how would you put it, finances and investments and the growth thereof, and how everything connects and piles on itself and can either break on its own weight or flow in such a like fanciful, like a almost like a magical way where it grows and builds on itself to more sturdiness. Okay, that's why you are coming through with such a meticulous nature with the Hierophant, because you see the long term of it with the 10 of Pentacles to build on itself, not just for you, but everyone involved and future generations. Okay? Not only are you operating in the calmness and the fullness of a wonderful, peaceful life in this dynamic, as well as for everyone else, when it comes to the 10 of Cups, that peaceful livelihood, but also that secured livelihood. Okay? That livelihood that gives more options than one may imagine, going beyond expectations of abundance, of growth, of prominence. These are the long-reaching dynamics of your mindset, and that's why you're taking such a critical nature into this. You see the 10 of Pentacles, the potential growth, the exponential growth. That is amazing, Virgo. Let's take a look at your subconscious, Virgo. Let's see what's happening in your subconscious. This is what you may not be aware of, or like what your subconscious is, the energies that your subconscious is aware of itself, that is going through a process in order to further your better stance or your better path, or making you be aware of certain things that you may not be aware of. Look at that. The Ace of Swords. Hold on for 1 second, please. I'm busy. I can't talk now. So sorry about that, Virgo. I do not live alone. Okay, so Virgo, like I was saying, your subconscious, the Ace of Swords. Your subconscious and your consciousness is, what I'm sensing is very, very balanced. Maybe balanced may not be the right word. I don't want to steer you wrong. It's very connected in a very, very similar dynamic is what I'm hearing. It's just that you have such drive for a level of perfection as what's coming through in your subconscious. But because of a certain dynamic of maturity that you're exuding, flexibility, understanding, you are tempering your perfectionistic, almost like complex in your subconscious. And which is interesting, because sometimes a lot I've been getting with subconscious, it goes towards aiding and warning and certain things like that, or making one aware. But I sense you are aware. You are aware of your subconscious, like not perhaps the makeup of it per se, but that almost like I feel like almost like a dark nature, not necessarily a bad dark nature, but an overwhelming, overtaking nature whereby it could get out of hand, as it were. It's not like it's malicious, but it's a bit too extreme. Okay, there's a balance on a spectrum. Okay, and in your subconscious, you are keeping it subdued. Okay, it's offering you strength. I sense that you're siphoning strength from your subconscious. The Ace of Swords, this is clarity. This is extreme strategy. This is a certain genius to it. This is the fight to not give up, to get through, to get to the victory. Okay, this is determining the best course of action in spite of everything else that may be going on around you. This is almost like a divine awareness, as it were. Okay, that's what the energy of your subconscious has. But it seems like you're controlling it, you're siphoning through it so that it does not overtake you with perfectionism. Okay, and I think the Hierophant itself, that the energy of your conscious mind, is really putting those things into perspective. You're weighing the pros and cons of your actions and other people's actions and keeping it under a sound mind. That is quite just brilliant of you. I'll say that it's a very mature energy of controlling and being aware of one's strengths and weaknesses and managing it accordingly to the best good. And that's what you're doing, Virgo. This is brilliant. So Virgo, let's see what the future outcome is expected as you move forward on this understanding. This is between the 15th and the 25th. What is the future aspect of the understanding? What's the potential outcome, the happenings of it? Yeah, look at that. The Nine of Cups. So with everything said thus far, especially and going through with the rest, the Nine of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. So the anticipation, the drive, the reason, the purpose behind all of this, the project, whatever it is, the work, whatever it is, whatever what you're wishing for, waiting for, hoping for, it's gonna come to pass. The Nine of Cups says you continue on taking into the advice and everything else that is said, especially your mindset is going to lead you to that victory. Okay, which is no surprise because you have the Five of Swords right here. You've already been said victory. You're walking in a victorious energy right here with the Ten of Cups right here. You're shown what will manifest and the reasons behind your decisions right here. The Ten of Pentacles. You want that victorious outcome. That's the whole point of it. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is showing from the universe that yes, it's a very good, promising outcome. Okay, wish fulfillment. So expect good things. Expect your wish to come through. Okay? Now, I do sense for a couple of you, the wish that you're expecting may come in a different form. You may exceed what your thoughts were. Or there may be other connecting factors that sees the worth and the potential and they want to add to it. Okay? That's for some of you. But overall, all of you, expect good things. Expect your wish to come through. Okay? So let's move on. So what's this card right here will indicate what, hold on. I am busy. I cannot come. I'm very busy right now. Thank you. Again, I am sorry, Virgo. I am so sorry. Again, I do not live alone. Okay. So this card right here, Virgo, is expressing your outer consciousness, what you show to the world, what everyone else sees. Okay? Look at that. I mean, it's literally coinciding with the Ten of Cups right here, okay? So the Empress. You're coming across as someone who is calm, serene, very approachable, very understanding, which is so interesting because, yes, internally, you have a certain sword mentality. Okay, you have a certain intuition mentality with the Hierophant. You have the Ace of Swords here. You have the Five of Swords here. Okay, and then you also have a levels of the wands when it comes to hands-on dynamics, and you have the Knight of Swords here. Okay, but you also have certain balances with the cups when it comes to the emotional spectrum. That's why I said it's a very mature energy. It's very balanced in so many ways, and the Empress is coming through and saying basically the inner machinations of one's world. It's like you're resonating with everyone else who's on the team. Everyone feels comfortable around you. They believe they can go to you if they have any grievance or any concern, and it will be taken under sincere advisement. You come across as very sincere, Virgo. People are trusting you, and because of that, people want to do better. They want to do their best in whatever situation this is. They see your vision as well. They see that everybody's a team player. They want to move forward with the goal, and they believe they're really feeling an abundant growth out of it, Virgo. Okay? You're giving that very calm, very abundant nature about you that they come to, and they find comfort in your presence. They're assured. If any doubts they may have, you bring a level of peace and assurity to the situation. The Emperor, that's very powerful. There's a strong belief that victory is happening and is at hand and will overtake. Victory will overtake you. So let's see what the social vibe is regarding everything here. Are there some people perhaps who are also anxious? Maybe there are some people with overly excited or something. You never know. We'll see what the energies are surrounding you, circling you. Is everybody focused per se? Let's see what's happening. Okay, so this is coinciding with how they see you. So if everybody around you in the understanding sees you as the Empress, they see that vibe, and this is the energies you give them as well. That's what they see. like I said, you are definitely giving them the courage, the edification, the focus to believe in themselves, not just in the company or in the project or in the situation, but they believe in themselves to have what they need, have what is required in their roles. Okay, everybody is finding their purpose. Everybody is believing in themselves. Everyone is elevated. Everybody is becoming aware of their strengths. Okay, the energy surrounding you is the act of the magician. This is getting things done. This is putting projects together in very like withstanding the test of time ways. This is an energy of adaptation, being able to meet any situation that may occur outside of the plan with an action that will solve whatever adversities may spring up. This is the energy. It's very cooperative. It's a very cooperative energy that's surrounding you. That is awesome, Virgo. Um, I think I think a lot of you, in certain respects, you may not necessarily be the leader of whatever this is. However, you clearly come across as a leader's mentality. Okay? So I think even if you're not the leader per se, or if you're part of a board or something like that, if you're not part of the board or whoever makes the final decisions, if it's not you, then the people who do make those final decisions, they are possibly more than likely looking up to you, and they're counting on you to play a strong role in the situation, Virgo. So let's continue on and let's take a look at your hopes and fears. So this card is your hopes and fears regarding the situation from the 15th to the 25th of March 2023. Look at that. The Page of Cups. So your hopes and fears. Let's go with the fears first. So your fear is that, and it's honestly very simple. It's not even coming across as anything complicated. Your fear is, how would I say this? Two particular things. Fear of failure in a certain dynamic as not meeting your expectations. That's what's coming through. Not to say fear of failure like it won't work. That's not what's coming through. It's more like failure to meet your standards. Like, certain things will work, but it's like a fear to meet your standards. Okay? That's for some of you. And the next a grouping of you, Virgo, it's almost like a fear. It was on the tip of my tongue. It's almost like a fear to lose passion. For a very small few of you, I sense that this may be like the last voyage in this spectrum, and you're wondering if after it, because it could be pressuring, and you're wondering if after it you will still have a passion for it, because some of you have a little bit of the thought, like a tiredness to it. Okay? And it's like your passions may be, this is like the last time, it's almost like, some of those movie actors who, and you could be a movie actor, but it's almost like some of those movie actors who have been the star role of a trilogy or a series, and before they had passion for it, they were reminded why they like it so much and why they stayed on for so long, and they're feeling that maybe they need to now go into something else. Yes, they still have a passion for it, but they're feeling like they may need to move on. They feel like, and if that's the case, they may disappoint some people upon their leaving, upon this being their last hurrah. That's a little bit of a fear. That's for a very few of you, okay? But for the majority of you, it's honestly a fear of meeting your standards, your personal standards, that is. Okay, and now your hopes, okay, is that it's literally this literally the opposite reversed, and that's why I said it's coming across very simple, whereby your hopes is that you are further renewed by staying on. If you could be reminded further of why you stayed so long in this this project, this environment, this lifestyle in the first place, your hopes is that this will rekindle something or push you into the next stages of where you believe you should go. Okay, that's your hopes, a certain enlightenment, as it were. Okay, that's for that handful of you again. But for the majority of you, the hopes is that you exceed your expectations. You want to love the grandeur of all of this. You want to exceed. It's very simple, actually, Virgo, for you. So let's see what the outcome per se of everything is. The goal of it all. One of the main points that's going to come across in when everything is said and done, between the 15th and the 25th. Wow. Look at that. Not only do you have the Empress when it comes to, and that is so interesting because of what's happening here. So not only did you have the Empress as your countenance, but the end result of it all, you got the Emperor. Someone say, this is you. The Empress is more so in a certain respect you dealing with everyone else and everything and everybody working together in a cohesive and cooperative environment. And the Emperor is coming through as making sure that the environment itself, the physical aspects of the environment, whether it's finances, paperwork, props, buildings, you could be an architect or something. When it comes to the inner machinations, the delegations of sorts, the cooperative delegations, as it were. It's almost like a government dynamic, making sure certain things are done. The Emperor is coming through in your conclusion. Everything is going to be just right. Everything is going to be as perfect as possible. Okay, it's like the universe is balanced, the solar system is together, and everybody came together to work cohesively to make something uniformed. And it is how would I put this? It has a level of luxury, tact, style. It's beautiful. It's cohesive. It stands a level of time. Okay, a test of time. It is accenting. It literally gives a prominence of prestige, and it brings forth the name of everyone who's involved. The brand itself, for example, is elevated, and everyone knows who was involved because of the work that was done. Everything is beautiful. Okay, that's the outcome. Everything is organized. It is brilliant. It works out. So Virgo. Wow, you have come. Your cards have been saying a lot. So Virgo, let's take a look at your angel message. The energies of the universe per se surrounding you at this time between the 15th and the 25th regarding this. Okay, let's see what the angel messages have to say. Wow, look at that, the star. So what you're doing right now is operating, like, that's why the whole debate is happened initially, what you came through. It's clearly something that is not necessarily as simple. It could be a new innovation of sorts for some of you, a new way of doing things especially. But through this whole project, this whole system, there are epiphanies that will show. There are mountains that will be climbed, and people will say it couldn't be done, but yet, you being involved especially, it happens. It becomes reality. Dreams become tangible. Okay? There is a lot that's taken out of everyone involved, but also there's a lot that's poured in that overtakes what's taken out. Okay? There is an upliftment in this whole process. Okay? You are at a level of structure in that. The universe is also bringing in a lot of favor in this. Whether some of you may be looking for capital, maybe physical connections when it comes to resources, maybe time management, whatever the case may be. Maybe good health for everyone coming through. Maybe you want the weather to be good for whatever it is you're dealing with. Whatever the case may be, it seems like it's flowing miraculously, methodically, in such a divine way. Okay? That the divine is really helping you through this, Virgo. Let's see the clarification for the star. Oh my gosh, 2 stars. That's why it's such a powerful thing. It's like you got serious power cards. That's also why it almost feels like the last hurrah for the handful of you. You're a major card. The sun. The sun elevates everything into the uppermost, beyond, more positivity than you can imagine. It's overflowing with abundance, overflowing with creativity. I sense for a lot of you, it will be overflowing with creativity. Okay? There's a certain balance to the solar system. Remember with the Emperor, the solar system putting it together. Okay? The sun is coming in to say, rest assured that each day is going to go by better than the next. Okay? You have two stars. This is two major celestial bodies, two major arcanas. Miracles on one hand with things that they say couldn't be done. And the abundant energy of resources and everything that you need in order to get it done. Do you see this, Virgo? An elevation of all over. There is literally just no bad angle. It's just continued levels of practicality and flexibility and understanding. Virgo, this is incredible. So I really do hope that this has helped you and helped your decision making and your process and making you aware of things you need to be aware of. Yeah, please feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. And Virgo, please remember I am offering personal readings at this time, and the information for that is also in the description box below. I wish you so much greatness. I wish you all the best, Virgo. Bye.